Here is a sentence that should not work. The coldest math in your building is what makes your front desk warm. Everyone selling you automation gets this backwards. They lead with warmth, friendly, human, delightful, and they bury the math because the math sounds cold and cold doesn't sell. But at a premium practice, the warmth your patients feel is not the opposite of the math. It is the product of it. Let me show you the cold part first, because it is the part nobody wants to look at. Every day, your practice runs a silent ledger. Every ring that goes unanswered, every voicemail nobody returns, every gap in tomorrow's schedule where a cancellation opened a hole, every patient who hasn't been back in 90 days and isn't coming back unless someone reaches out. That ledger is being kept whether you read it or not. Most owners don't read it because it is brutal and because there is no time. Somewhere between a quarter and a third of inbound calls go unanswered. Roughly half of the calls that matter come in after you have locked the door. Each one is a number, and the numbers do not care how kind your team is. That is the cold math, counted without mercy. And here is the thing about cold math. It doesn't flinch, it doesn't get tired, and it doesn't take it personally when the phone rings during a checkout. Your front desk does. Your front desk is a human being. A good one, probably. And on a Tuesday at the morning rush, that human being has a patient standing in front of her, 2 lines ringing, an insurance question on hold, and a provider who needs something now. She cannot be warm to the person on line 2. She physically cannot. Not because she doesn't care, because she is one person, and the math showed up all at once. This is the trap every owner falls into. You ask a human to absorb cold math with a warm face. And then you are disappointed when the warmth cracks under the load. It is not a training problem. It is a systems problem. So here is the reframe. What if the machine did the cold math, all of it, every ring, every gap, every dormant patient, precisely so the humans never have to absorb it with their faces again? That is what Rosie does. She sits on the inbound line and answers inside 2 rings, the nervous first-timer at 9 at night, the anxious reschedule at lunch, the returning patient she recognizes by number. She never rushes. She never has a bad day. She never lets a 9 p.m. inquiry sit until Monday because she got slammed, because she does not get slammed. She runs the cold arithmetic of never missing a call, so the person on the other end gets a front desk that has all the time in the world for them. And look at what that does to your actual team. The cold math stops landing on them all at once. The phone stops being the thing that pulls them away from the patient in the room. They get to do the warm, human, high-value work they were hired for, the greeting, the room, the relationship, instead of triaging 3 emergencies a minute. Amplification, not replacement. If automation is replacing your staff, your system was already broken. Done right, it does not replace the warmth. It is what finally lets the warmth exist. This is the whole thesis in one line. Cold math funds warm service. The practice that counts everything, without mercy, without ego, without a lunch break, is the practice that can finally afford to be gentle with every single person who calls. Your competitors are still asking a tired human to be the ledger and the smile at the same time. You do not have to. So run the cold number first. Find out exactly what your practice is leaking at the intake layer, not an industry average, your number. Then decide how warm you would like your front desk to be. Request an intake leak audit at thethinkingrobot.com or talk to Rosie at 720-776-1664.